HarperCollins presents Sweet Thing by Nicola Marsh, read by Georgia Maguire and C.J. Woodsman. Chapter 1. Abby. D-Day should have been the happiest day of my life. I'd envisaged a fabulous 8 hours at Le Miel, creating the French pastries I'd grown to adore over the last year, followed by an intimate evening with a bottle of Shiraz and Channing Tatum. What better way to celebrate a divorce than with a rich red to tantalize my palate and a hot guy strutting across my TV screen? But my dreams of drooling into my wine glass over Channing turned to crap about an hour into the working day when Remy King, the best boss in Australia, took a tumble off a ladder and ended up here, in Sydney Private Hospital. "You don't need to stay," he said, his blue eyes filled with pain, despite being dosed up on enough painkillers to fell an elephant. "Go back to the shop. Michaela has it covered." I perched delicately on the edge of his bed and reached for his hand. "Besides, I finished making the croissant, beignet, eclair, and macaron before you decided to do your lousy circus impression, so there's not much left for her to do but serve." He managed a wan smile and winced. "It was the ladder's fault." "Yeah, it just happened to move sideways on that patch of flour on the floor all by itself." I rolled my eyes. "If you weren't such a great boss and friend, I'd give you an ass-kicking for being so stupid. And if you weren't the best apprentice I've ever had, I'd sack you on the spot for being so bold." I squeezed his hand, thanking God every day that this man had given me a chance when I needed it most. Apparently, leaving my cold, calculating husband after only 9 months of marriage wasn't the done thing in the Prendergast family. Not that my parents had cared why I'd done it. All they'd worried about was their precious reputation as one of the wealthiest families in Sydney, so they had cut me off financially and emotionally to teach me a lesson. They'd expected me to come running back to their harbourside mansion in the first week. I hadn't been back in a year. Yet, for all their faults, I missed my folks. My friends, too. But I'd left Abigail Prendergast, the perfect daughter in a perfect world, who did exactly as she was told, behind that fateful day I'd walked out on my old life and into my new. "What's wrong?" Remy's eyes narrowed, studying me. "If it's the patisserie, don't worry. You don't have to handle the place on your own. I've already contacted Tanner, and he'll be happy to run the place while I'm recuperating." I stiffened.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?